Lightning Bolt takes out the Reclaimer. Back to Kevin. Sylvan Library on the stack. Looks like it resolved. Yep, and DRC followed up by Mishra's Baubles. All right, cracking Scalding Tarn. Volcanic Island. Shout out to Kevin On of Game Storia, by the way. Fosters a outstanding community at the shop, and keeping legacy alive. The effort that it takes to do so is much appreciated. And we had an awesome pre-modern event over the weekend as well. So thank you, Kevin. Ponder resolving here for Roland. Trying to match the card draw from Sylvan Library, I guess, as best as he can. Sylvan Library, quite good. Bobble you. Can't see it.
Draw during your
Sylvan Library happening. Prismatic ending on DRC. Well resolved. DRC thrown into exile. Flagstones of Trocaire is the land on Kevin's side, in case anybody's not familiar. 66% favored for green-white depths, says Twitch chat. Twitch chat liking the matchup for green-white depths against format dominator. Is it Murktide? Estragon is here, says, happy to catch you streaming. Love you. Best regards from Munich. Love you right back. Thank you. Hello from New York. Happy to have you here. All right, Sylvan Library happening. Keith Master Flex says, Flagstones is an interesting card for me. I keep seeing it in Death and Taxes lists that utilize Cataclysm. Interesting. Is that like a 60 card version or something? Or are you seeing that in the Urion, Death and Taxes? All right. Stage points is at Forest Pass.
Sure.
All right, expressive iteration for Roland. So, a question for Twitch chat, YouTube commenters, you can chime in if you're watching this later. Dominaria United, Dominaria United Commander, of course, are dropping. What cards at the top of your list? If you're gonna, what are you shopping for in the first couple of weeks? What are you going to be putting in your Legacy decks to test? And we're talking specifically about Legacy, in this case. What cards are at the top of your list? Let us know. What are you liking? What? Give us some of your picks. A lot of people were asking me at the shop this week about the Goblin Lord, the new Goblin Lord. I'm pumped about that. I'm hoping Goblins climbs the tiers of Legacy a bit. And I'm looking forward to trying out that card, personally. Prismatic Ending on DRC. All right, just going to get thrown in exile along with its friend. Squee. Vidalian Hexcatcher. Is that the Lord or is that something else? I don't have all the names memorized yet. What's Leyline Binding? What is that? Is that the domain Oblivion Ring thing?
I mean, I played my 4th, so I think... Yeah, I only played my 4th. Wait, no. Yeah. I only played 4th.
Yeah.
You have Windswept Tooth in there?
The Lord that gets almost on counter and sack to counter unless the controller plays. Oh, okay, that one. Yeah, Merfolk also looks like it gets some help from Dominaria United. What about any of the commander cards? Anybody find anything in there worth looking at? I always like looking through the new commander cards for options for Legacy. Of course, they're only legal in Legacy of the 1v1 Eternal formats. You know, cards like Kappa Cannoneer, Maddening Hex, etc. I love those.
Cool. Holding priority. I'm going to daze my own expressive iteration, but pay for it. I'm just returning the Mystic Sanctuary back to him.
All right, so expressive iteration, hold priority, daze it to return Mystic Sanctuary to hand, says Roland. We get another use out of the Mystic Sanctuary with the daze being irrelevant. Delver goes into exile. Let's see if Mystic Sanctuary gets played. Nope, just playing Delver. Okay, there's the Mystic Sanctuary. Puts expressive iteration back on top. Okay. I was expecting the Sanctuary to pay for the Delver, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Merfolk got its own conspicuous Snoop in Legacy, says Golgari. Which card is that? What do you mean by Merfolk conspicuous Snoop? Yeah, good play from Roland there. Good play. I just played Merfolk for the first time this week in Legacy, after playing Merfolk for quite a while in Historic. And a lot of the sequencing and whatnot translated pretty well, but Merfolk seems like a tough deck to play. I'm gonna take a while to get a hang of it, maybe. I like it though.
Yeah, okay. I don't really know though.
Emperor Mihail. Okay, I'm gonna look that up. Future sight for Merfolk makes 1/1s. Okay.
I'll keep as well.
Sylvan Library resolving here. Ramanap Excavator. Not really doing a whole lot at the moment. I mean, if there was a wasteland in the yard, it would be quite a bit more powerful. Attacking with Ramanop. Swords on Delver. Plays flagstones. Not sure what happened just now. What happened to the flagstones? Or was that supposed to be the windswept heath? Oh, maybe Stage is a copy of it. Yeah, you might be right. Yeah. I totally missed that. Good catch, chat. Roland plays a wasteland. Wasteland not the best when your opponent has Ramanop Excavator on the board, but it could potentially slow down a Marit Lage and leave Roland just enough time. Now a wasteland for Kevin, but it might be too late. Kevin just found Endurance, pointed out in the chat by Aquinas.
Waste that doesn't die, right? Because it's already a copy of.
No, it's a Flagstones.
Oh, it's currently a flagstone.
That's why I was playing this.
Yeah, but does it lose the basic ability or something?
It's no longer basic.
Okay. Got it. Cool. Thank you.
In your draw step? Or in your upkeep, rather?
Upkeep, yeah.
Cards?
Wastelanding Wasteland on upkeep.
I will go after Plateau.
Floating mana?
Sure.
And I'll crop rotate the plateau.
That's it.
Crop rotate a plateau that Roland targeted with Wasteland after Wasteland was targeted by Kevin's Wasteland. Here's Dark Depths, as expected. Running out of time. Might as well try to get a Marit Lage on the board.
Copy it. Make it something?
This is all happening on Roland's upkeep, and now there's a Marit Lage on the board. Looks like it's all resolving. We'll have to see if Roland has a way to stop it.
And I did. You guys know.
Expressive iteration for Roland. Went just behind me. Lightning bolt.
Like that?
That depends. Because,
I have 0 life gain.
yeah, I know, but we might be able to protect it. That's a thing I was playing around. Bounce.
Petty theft on Marit Lage.
Then I'll go fetch up.
Huh?
Oh, I'll go fetch up the.
Yeah.
All right. Roland gets game 1, showing that there was another land for the bolt. Petty Theft was the answer to Marit Lage there, and then attacking with Delver and Lightning Bolt. All right, so it's a mulligan to 5, actually. Flagstones pass, says Kevin. And ponder for Roland.
I will just try to resolve
Back to Kevin now, it seems. Thinking about turn 2. Seiju and Green Sun for 1. So we're probably going to see Reclaimer get found here. There it is.
I will attach my own if I control
Steam Vents for Roland. I see a bolt on Reclaimer. Yep. Reclaimer down. Have to remove those Reclaimers if you can. All right, playing a Flagstones of Trocaire, that triggers. Legendary rule. Plateau gets found and passing the turn. Expressive Iteration. There's a Yavimaya. Everything's a forest, passing the turn. Roland wasn't able to find a land, so the Brainstorm stays in exile forever. Another Expressive Iteration. Pretty good. Hoping to find a land. At least it seems so. Dragon's Rage Channeler into exile. No land. Oh, there's a all right. There's a Flooded Strand. It was in hand. Mechanic and DRC will come in. Endurance on end step. Force pitching Brainstorm on the Endurance. Kevin gives it a thumbs up. Cervelle puts a Delver into the graveyard.
Actually, what a lot of the guys there were playing that like in the top table.
Currently delirious.
Yeah, they were doing well. They were playing like
Delirium.
piles of things.
was online. Creature, land, into sorcery.
It was just like miskin boot mirrors and I think a lot of the players were like way newer to the format.
No,
Didn't
I
really
still
know
have the gears thing, but the idea is.
you know when you can watch someone playing and they're like, wow, they're missing a lot of stuff. So, like they're just like sequencing everything like all out of whack. But I went 3-2.
Attacking for 3 with DRC. Murktide? Oh, tapping 3. Maybe a Murktide and trying to keep one type in the yard. Yep, that appears to be what's happening.
I trained them on Saturday. So they're going up on YouTube. I forget which day. I think some of them already posted.
Yeah. Haven't seen Maddening Hex yet on today's stream. 7/7 Murktide it is. 7/7 Murktide, leaving creature and sorcery in the graveyard. Mystic Sanctuary, put Expressive Iteration back on top. That triggers Murktide. Some really solid work here from Roland. Yeah, maybe he paid 8 for the Murktide. I'm not sure. Passing the turn is Kevin. Another Expressive Iteration. Swords, Murktide in response. 2 cards in hand for Kevin. Force pitching submerge. Surveil trigger.
I mean, I like that.
Looks like Roland leaves it on top. Swords is countered. Expressive Iteration resolves, it seems. Cheddar with a great question. Did Lutri take it down earlier? We did have Lutri earlier on today's stream if you joined us late or if you're watching later. And Lutri won a match.
How much is that?
That is for 8, 9. A lot of children were locked up for 9.
Attacking for 9. Kevin down to 8. Crop rotation. Sacking flagstones. Sven says, how was Europe? Europe was great. I went to Berlin, Germany, and Prague in the Czech Republic, and I enjoyed both very much. Great trip.
I played against it, yeah. I lost it.
Thespian stage now on the battlefield for Kevin.
Oops. Or... Yeah, he's like,